not for sure. So what type of mobile device did you get for the holidays this year? Mobile devices such as iPhones, iPads, Androids, Zoom tablets, Galaxy, PC tablets, you name it, are just ideal tools for people in agriculture who are on the go, like extension workers, farm advisors, crop consultants, and especially growers who need correct and timely information. The advantages of these devices are that they allow you to carry lots of information with you in a convenient and small package. What are the rates for that herbicide? Is that insecticide labeled for this particular crop or pest? What was it that Dr. Expert from Ohio State said about this problem? Let me find that presentation on the web page and what he or she said about it. If you haven't yet acquired a mobile device, be sure to get one that lets you get connected, 3G, 4G, or whatever, when you are not near or connected to Wi-Fi. Last year, you might remember, I did a video blog on tracking the storms from your computer. But really, how often are you at the desk or your computer during a busy workday? Well, these mobile devices let you keep an eye on the sky from wherever you might be. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the best weather apps for your mobile device, of course in my opinion, and how you can use these apps to avoid problems or personal injury. First, let's look at some general weather apps like WeatherBug, the Weather Channel, and AccuWeather. First up is WeatherBug, upon which, when opening, finds your location and shows you a map of general precipitation, whether rain or frozen. You can zoom in or zoom out, move around, and even get down to pretty good street level. On the right-hand side, you can find current conditions, plus a 6-day forecast, upon which tapping expands into the center screen and gives you detail of the forecast for each day. There is also a window that shows you the forecast hour by hour. This shows you such things as chance of precipitation, wind speed and direction, dew point, relative humidity, important considerations if you're thinking about spraying, or whether or not you need frost control for your strawberries or other vegetables. Next up is the Weather Channel, and upon opening, the first thing we notice is that there is a severe weather alert. Next, you go to the bottom of the screen and press on the severe button to find out the nature of the alert. Turns out this is a flood watch for several counties in Kentucky and Ohio, and they are listed for you, plus the details of the alert itself. You can also get forecast maps for precipitation, which in this case shows precipitation for the next 48 hours. It also gives you a little description of what to expect ahead during this period of time. The radar and cloud map can also be animated by pressing the play button, showing you the direction and intensity of precipitation for the past 6 hours, plus also in the future for the next 4 hours. The last general weather app we'll talk about is AccuWeather, which upon opening gives you many of today's highlighted weather stories. It also has maps and other forecast products similar to the other sites we discussed. If all you need is a quick weather update, there's the Weather Station app, which gives you just the essentials such as humidity, temperature, barometer, dew point, wind chill, wind speed, and wind direction. Plus you can get a 5-day forecast over on the side. The next app I want to talk about is called WinterMap. It gives you detailed information on weather and tracking storms. The map can be set up to show temperature, as you can see here, or rainfall amounts, and you can zoom in for greater detail. This app also automatically alerts you to severe weather. In this case, again, we see the area flood watch for portions of Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana. On the right-hand side is a pop-up window called Conditions. The first page shows current weather values, plus there's a little 4-day forecast at the bottom. The second page gives sort of an hourly forecast for today and also for tomorrow. The last page will actually go into some more detailed description for today and tonight and conditions later on in the week. By using the button at the top, you can center the weather map on any location you choose. Once you've settled on a location, the map will fill in, again with temperature and whatever type of precipitation is happening at that time. For example, let's go up to Michigan, where there is some interesting weather happening right now. As you can see, there is a tremendous temperature difference up in the northwestern part of the state compared to the central part of the state. The map colors indicate areas of freezing precipitation mixed in with areas of snow. The automatic pop-up alerts show that there's a winter weather advisory in this area with periods of heavy freezing rain making roads very slippery and hazardous. I've saved the best app for last, and this is called RadarScope. It costs $10, but you will see that the price is well worth it. The first thing you will notice in RadarScope is that the images are not smooth. This is real level 3 radar data in its original format for a high level of detail. If you press the arrow at the bottom of the screen, this will animate the image. If you hit the little radar button near the bottom, you can change radar locations. Since we were previously at the Cleveland radar site, let's move down to the Wilmington site, KILN. By clicking the radar button once again, we now go back to city mode, where you can see individual cities around the state. Notice the heavy precipitation around Circleville. The bar at the bottom shows the intensity of rain as it goes through the various colors. As indicated by the bright orange color, here you can see heavy rain east of Columbus, in and around Marysville and just north of Marysville. You can also zoom in to see close-ups of more cities. The images you have been looking at are from base reflectivity tilt 1, which are 0.5 degrees above the horizon. Base reflectivity tilt 2, 3, and 4 are ever increasing angles above the horizon. The combination of all these images is called composite reflectivity and gives a better idea of the size and intensity of the storm. The composite image can also be set into animation to show the movement of the storm. Next, we want to talk about storm relative velocity. This is the velocity of precipitation either toward or away from the radar. Precipitation moving toward the radar has negative velocity, blues and greens. Red colors indicate wind moving away from the radar. If you see a small area of strong positive velocities, reds and oranges, right next to a small area of strong negative velocities, greens and blues, this may be the signature of a mesocyclone or a rotating thunderstorm. As you look around the Toledo, Ann Arbor area, you can see temperatures in the low 30s. But however, as we slowly move southward towards central Ohio, we can see temperatures are in the 70s. A perfect setup for severe weather. As a matter of fact, a tornado watch has just been issued for about half of Ohio and most of southern Indiana. A tornado warning has just been issued for an area in southeast Indiana below Indianapolis. Notice the red and green coloring below Brownstown, Indiana, indicating rotation or severe thunderstorm. This image shows storm's relative velocity. Notice the green and red colors close together. With the automatic alert system, the National Weather Service indicates this storm is near Brownstown, or just south of it, as we saw in the previous images. Go back to regular radar for a moment. We see things are really popping in southeast Indiana and southwest Ohio, and areas around Cincinnati, and also just southeast of Dayton. Now the National Weather Service in Cleveland has just issued a tornado warning for southern Ashland County and northern Knox County. Notice the pink and red mixed in with the green just south of Belleville, indicating another mesocyclone thunderstorm which has the potential to develop into a tornado. The automatic alert system verifies what we saw on radar looking at storm relative velocity. These images show the storm moving through Butler towards Loudonville. If we look at a closer image just south of Butler, notice the reds and pinks mixed in with the blues and greens, indicating strong rotation. Next we move to Pittsburgh's radar. Notice the number 24 inside a red circle or box. There are currently 24 watches and warnings active in the United States at this time. South of Pittsburgh, notice an area that's bright red and almost pink, surrounded by green. This area is northwest of Youngwood and just south of Irwin. This is a confirmed tornado signature, and you are looking actual pictures of this tornado, which was confirmed the next day by AccuWeather.com. Here is another picture of that actual tornado as depicted on the radar by the storm relative velocity imaging. I was able to use this app last year to avoid storms that came through South Vienna and later became a line of thunderstorms and tornadoes that hit the Columbus area. This was the same line of storms that affected many buildings at the OARDC branch in Worcester. Once again, the warning window that comes with radar scope shows the tornado warning issued by the National Weather Service out of Pittsburgh for the areas near Irwin and Greensburg, Pennsylvania. Once again, these are the weather apps we discussed here today. Not all these apps may be available for your mobile device or your mobile operating system. You can use the URL address to check with the manufacturer to see if there is one available for your mobile device. You can use the link button on this video viewer, which provides easy access to the various URL addresses for these websites. There are also several weather apps of merit which we didn't discuss today and which you should look into. These are Intellicast HD, MyRadar, Radar US, and iMap Weather.